if you're aware of your, we'll call it madness, if you're aware of it, your madness or your insanity, it can be quite painful.
What is the blurred line of pure creativity or straight madness? Who's to decide that the creative process has to have these rules of what's okay and what's not? Artists are encouraged to think outside the box, but when someone strays a little too far or goes a little too sideways, we see it as abnormal or freakish. That's the beauty of art. It's subjective.
This is either madness or brilliance.
It's what made Pablo Picasso so interesting, or Wes Anderson, or Vincent van Gogh. That in the world of art, there are no walls but the walls you create and limit for yourself. Johnny Depp has always portrayed characters as one would say stranger, twisted, and very complex. Whenever I've watched Johnny Depp, I always feel that there is a complete character, that none of the pieces are missing. He has always brought everything he can to a role, but the real question is it creativity or is it just madness?
If you think of yourself, right, as I must, as a chest of drawers, they're all in there and they're all accessible. I'm not sure that's healthy.
Through all Johnny's roles, there's a string of madness, an unhinged sort of persona, nothing being able to bring them down to reality, trying to create their own path through this rule of what is considered being normal. In Ed Wood, he tries to make movies that he connects to, but to the public they seem bizarre and crazy, thinking they'll enjoy it just as much as him, but being labeled the worst director in history.
Ed Wood was born really in with the ingredients that went into my head were the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz, that sort of, attack, verbal, vocal attack of Casey Kasem, where everything was just sort of that. The blind optimism of Ronald Reagan, So when they came together, those ingredients, it kind of became that guy. Where everything was fine.
In Edward Scissorhands, he just wants to fit in and to have people accept him for who he is, even though he's extremely different physically.
I dropped 2 hits of ecstasy. And I strapped the hands on, attempted to make coffee with these enormous scissors on. Of course, at a certain point, when the drug kicks in, things become vivid, or became vivid and beautiful, and could see things anew, and I could appreciate where they came from. Because I think of Edward as those babies, when my sister had kids and I'd hang out with these babies, everything was fascinating.
Even in society, we tend to push away from when something is too new or too out there and we don't completely understand it. That's what makes Johnny Depp so interesting to watch. Even through all his abnormal movements or eccentric facial expressions, no matter what he does, you always know what his characters are thinking and how they are feeling. It also makes us tune in and watch even more what he's doing because we have no clue what he's going to do next.
Don't see it.
But why is the run gone?
Open and you will see white sails on that horizon.
And one of the reasons why I don't read screen direction, I don't want to know what they want me to do. I'd like to find it because it's true to the character, Don't tell me to walk over and pick up a pencil because you find that interesting, man. I need to find what that character believes in, what that character needs to do. I don't like the idea of any choreographed or staged or fraudulent expression.
Maybe what we think is madness is his way of finding the real truth to every character. This is what makes Johnny Depp so special, his willingness of being eccentric, where his creativity pushes him so far that we might label it as madness. Johnny has always just been seeking for the truth no matter what the cost is. Who's to say what madness is and what's not? If it works, and that's what it is to be an artist, to explore and to discover what works for you.
I'm happy with the process is what I'm interested in. Process of creating. Process of exploring, the process of breaking formula, the process of dropping the bottom out of a scene. People can get stale, and I feel that's the wrong place to be. So I'm interested and always have been interested in trying to avoid what was expected.
That's what makes Johnny Depp brilliant. Don't forget, art is subjective. This is just my opinion. What's yours? For you watching this video, what do you think? Is it creativity or is it just madness?